Cheers, baby. I can't believe I'm doing this. I am drinking blue dye and I'm enjoying it. Actually, it's my favorite drink. I've been drinking methylene blue, this blue drink, for 60 days. And I'm telling you, I am in love with this thing. And I want to share with you my experience here. You may think, Josie, it's crazy. It's a chemical, the same dye that you use to color jeans. But there are extraordinary health benefits to it. Now, the first time I heard about methylene blue was when I worked in the emergency room as a nurse. We had this chemical as life-saving agent for those who had poisoning or some kind of emergencies. But I never actually seen it used in ER. Later, I started to do my own research and I discovered methylene blue is a magical, some mystical drug that can change you on the inside and the outside in a good way. And it's not new. It's been used for centuries, at times when there were no antibiotics, no antidepressants. It was used to cure the whole spectrum of human problems, from psychosis to severe infections. And it worked. There's something about it. It worked, and it wasn't just placebo, because there are clinical studies that show that methylene blue actually can enhance circulation. It can enhance brain function. So there are some physiological changes that happen when you take this drug. I'm the type of person who is curious enough to try things. Now, I tried plant medicine, ayahuasca. I traveled to many countries and tried different ceremonies with shamans. And this is a supernatural drink. And I cannot even explain to you the exact mystical action, but I can tell you from what I have experienced from within. First of all, this stuff will make you psychic. It will open some kind of mystical channels in your body. And when I started it, by the way, I was just curious. I wanted to try it. I wanted to try it for a week. Then it went to be a month, and now it's been 2 months. And I drink this every day, once a day. And I see the difference in the way when I take it, when I drink it, maybe an hour later, I have completely different energy levels. I feel energized, I feel good, I feel like my brain is clear, I can think more, I can do more, I can accomplish more. Is this related specifically to methylene blue? Maybe not 100%, but that's definitely something that is enhancing my everyday life for better. Let me walk you through my logic of how I think as a psychic, as an educated person, okay, with a master's degree in science. So I'm thinking as a psychic, color blue. Color blue. Okay, in the mystical sense, color blue has a higher vibration. So let's say color red has lower vibrational state. Blue color gives you access to unlimited dimensions. Like if you've seen pictures of people who've gone through psychedelic experiences, they all paint blue colors, blues and purples, greens, blues and purples. So these are the visions of your pineal gland. That's your psychic awareness. And my first thought when I started to research this, this has something to do with energy clearing. It clears information. It clears lower frequency information in the body. And that's where we get stuck. We get stuck because we have these sort of entities or bugs, viruses, information viruses that are stuck in our cells and in our DNA. And we cannot manifest our dream life. We often struggle with health in our relationships. There is depression. There are signs that certain things are not functioning well. So my logic was blue color, even okay, it's drinkable, so definitely people drink it. They don't die. Actually, it saves lives. That was my initial logic. Then I started to research the effect of mitochondria and methylene blue, how methylene blue really affects the energy production on the cellular level. Like, that's like crazy interesting. So, blue color, when it enters your system, what it does, it's actually somehow clears energy. It clears some information that may be stuck along the way. And the reason I know it is because I started to notice many things happening, like things that I was obsessed about, things that I was worrying about, they don't bother me anymore as much. And so many things have happened in the last 60 days, man. I cannot even begin to tell you. Like, I have major life changes. Does it have to do exactly with methylene blue? But I know this is here at the right place at the right time to help me to go through transitions. So what I've learned on my path, that we cannot manifest, or we are stuck energetically because there are really blockages that were created on the level of energy. It's not a physical thing, it's not a logical thing, but we cannot work with physical tools. Okay, even psychotherapy on its own may not be enough because it takes energy. We have to go to another dimension of consciousness to bring something that will completely neutralize and sort of create space for new light, new presence, new ideas to come through. So that's what methylene blue does on the energy level. And that's how you become psychic, because you clear the blockages. The color blue, like literally going through your body, it will go through your body. Your pee will be green. It means it's going to go through your blood. It's going to go through your system. It's going to go through your kidneys. So the body's clearing process, it's like a big filter. And imagine that you're doing this clearing process every day, and one by one, you just release all of those limited thoughts, feelings, emotions stuck in your cells, stuck in your energy field. So, and that was my theory. That was where I started drinking methylene blue and just see what it does for me. Would that make any difference in the way that I sleep, in the way that I interact with people, in the way that I receive my psychic messages? And it checked every box, everything. Yes, 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 yes. So it started to affect my life in such an incredible way. Truly interesting to me is that methylene blue was used to cure diseases in the past very, very effectively. But it's again because people didn't have any other options. In the medieval times, people would bleed, create bleeding just to sort of clear energy, just to clear old programming. So methylene blue worked kind of in the same way because people didn't have access to antibiotics, didn't have access to drugs. They just didn't have any other tools that we have now, the technology. But if one thing that they found actually worked and it produced results over and over again, what is more interesting to me, by the way, is that it cured psychosis, psychic disorders. Like, that tells me right there that it has a lot to do with mental energy, with these programs and parasites, like information parasites, that cause the mind to be stuck in these negative loops of thoughts and patterns, because, all diseases start in the mind, most of them. So that's what we experience as, human beings. We need some clearing agent, something that helps us to reset the body. Think about a defibrillator. Right? A defibrillator is is an electrical device that helps to restart a process in the heart. So for a person who's having a heart attack, their heart is beating, like the electrical activities all over the place. and the heart has forgotten how to beat. So this is a problem, because if the heart has forgotten how to beat, it will stop beating altogether. So it has a mechanism of triggering different points in the heart. And if all of these points are all firing and at the same time, there is no coherent rhythm. So what a defibrillator does, it shocks the heart and it stops the heart. So there is a pause, and stopping the heart will trigger another mechanism. It's like your heart remembers how to beat again. And it's going to reconnect to all of the electrical points in the heart muscle. And the heart will remember how to beat. Like, oh, oh, I remember, love Deb, love Deb. So we have these agents that when we get in touch with them, they almost create a reset. They produce an action in our body that our body is forced to create kind of a reset. And when the body remembers, oh, okay, so the body begins to be activated in the correct way. And as it's correcting itself, it's going to release anything that blocks it. It has been blocking it for a while. Is this making sense to you? So I will continue drinking this, and I will continue upgrading you on my journey. But so far, I'm telling you, Metal in Blue, it's not sponsored. It's just my experience of sharing this interesting blue cocktail of goodness. See you guys later.